Welcome back. Watching SA Today with me, Flo Ledwaba. All right, let's now cross then to our reporter, I Abongile Dumako, who has indeed been sitting at that ANC briefing that was held by the DSG Deputy Secretary General, Jessie Duarte. A very good afternoon to you, Abongile. All right, well, there was some interesting and, of course, important information that was shared this afternoon by the DSG, but although she might not want the focus specifically to be on the suspended Secretary General, no doubt that's where sort of all questions were mainly directed, weren't they? Let's talk about the issue of the temporary suspension. She really stayed on the issue of the fact that it is temporary. She emphasized the fact that this is a temporary suspension. Let's talk to what came out of that briefing today, but particularly that of the suspended SG.
Let's pick it right from where you have left it, Flo. Good afternoon to you. Certainly the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, not mincing her words in saying that the Secretary General is temporarily suspended. There is processes that are going to take place. This suspension will be now and then revisited pending the court case that is happening in Bloemfontein that is actually facing, saying that with no uncertain terms that it must be noted that this step-aside resolution of the 54th elective conference of the ANC is not solely targeting Ace Magashule as an individual. There's quite a large number of people who are actually facing the very same step-aside issue. However, not able to give us the exact numbers of how many members of the ANC be in whatever part of the country that are actually going to be issued with suspension letters, as was the case with Ace Magashule, the Secretary General of the ANC. But what also stood out, Flo, is the fact that she says the President of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, had given 48 hours Ace Magashule to actually come out and actually make that much talked about public apology following his suspension letter that he issued to the ANC President, Cyril Ramaphosa. Jessie Duarte going on to say that this does come as a huge concern for the party because they suddenly got calls from outside the country, people wanting clarity as to basically has the President of the ANC been suspended, as the letter was seen circulating on social media.
All right, and then of course the other thing that came out, I thought were quite importantly as well, that stood out for me as I was kind of listening to the DSG, was the fact that she says, look, I'm not the SG, nor am I the acting SG. I know a lot of us have erroneously kind of tweeted and said that she will be acting in the position, and perhaps you can talk to us about, some clarity on that, because we were, of course, of the belief that she is indeed stepping in at this time. But she says, look, I'm carrying on as the Deputy Secretary General, but I will then be carrying out the functions of the Secretary General. Let's talk to that, Abongile.
Going as far as saying that what she will do is get the mandate from the party, which she solely serves, voluntarily getting an instruction or consult with the powers that be or the entire collective that is leading the ANC as to basically what needs to happen moving forward. But as you are rightfully putting it out, Flo, she says she's not the acting Secretary General of the ANC. I'm actually a culprit of one of those who tweeted and said that she was going to move into the position and act. She says she remained the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, and that's going to remain the case. However, with all the job that is at hand, she's willing to do what is being asked to do by the party which she serves. Jessie Duarte going on to say as well that this suspension of Ace Magashule again must not be made to come across as if it's only focusing on her. And I also want to highlight the fact that she made mention of, in fact, considered that there's challenges within the ANC in terms of finances, saying that since the implementation of that Political Funding Act by the Parliament, they've been struggling as the ANC. This follows, of course, that audio that was leaked of the Treasurer General of the party, Paul Mashatile. He was actually saying the fact that there's challenges they might have to actually let go of staff at about 50%. Jessie Duarte said, as much as that's not true, they wouldn't go as far as actually retrenching 50% of their staff personnel. But yes, admitting that there is financial challenges within the ANC. This as a result of those funds crowdfunding funders who have actually decided to pull out after this act has been put into law by Parliament. So many saying that it was good for business then. That's Jessie Duarte saying probably it's not good for business then, that they have to come out in the public and actually declare that they are supporting the ANC financially. The fact of the matter is it's difficult. They are trying to do anything legal that will see ANC going back to its financial vows, as was the case before.
Abongile, it seems that the party is at pain sort of to put on this united front. Just yesterday when the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, in his capacity as ANC president, was addressing us, he kind of shied away from giving the impression that the party was fragmented, or that there wasn't a unity, or that there were problems within the party. But certainly this is what is sort of playing out. And then we also then need to talk about, and this is it was raised as well in this briefing, is the issue of elections. We are in an election year, and perhaps you can tell our viewers who might have perhaps missed that, what was said around the issue of elections. I heard her saying, look, we're not going to give out our campaign strategy or ideas to the public, but I think let's just talk about the issue of, if she's responded to whether or not all of this affects the fact that this is an election year and will essentially affect the party itself.
Certainly, let's start with the local government elections. Jessie Duarte saying that they're actually rolling sleeves now to make sure that they reach every corner of the country, and they want to be visible in each and every part of the country ahead of those elections that are to take place at the end of October. Jessie Duarte saying that she's not going to divulge what is that campaign plan that they have as a party, because then it will be actually selling it out to the opposition parties. But the important factor that she highlighted is the fact that whatever that they will be doing in as far as the campaign is concerned, they will make sure that it doesn't put anyone's life at risk, looking at the fact that we've got the COVID-19 pandemic that seemingly is taking its toll across the world. But saying that, yes, there's a plan in place, it will be implemented at the right time. However, they're not going to divulge. Saying that, though, she is happy with what is happening so far. If you look at the local, the by-elections in local government that have been taking place in the recent months, saying that they are proud about the fact that they are beginning to take words from the DA now. It shows that the little that they have done so far is yielding positive results, which really sets the tone for what we will see come the local government elections at the end of October. Let's come to the issue of factions within the ANC. Jessie Duarte, in no certain terms, admitting that there are challenges that are still taking place in the ANC, going as far as saying that the Free State province has been given Mr. Khalima Motlanthe to go and overlook at what is happening in that province in as far as these very factions are concerned. So it goes to show that there is an admission from the ruling party that there is an issue of factions within the ANC that needs to be addressed. Mpumalanga as well, building up to their conference, the provincial conference, whom we understand is taking place sometime this month. Nkomazi has seen a lot of increase when it comes to political assassinations in the area of Nkomazi, in the region of Nkomazi in Mpumalanga. Jessie Duarte saying that that is also receiving attention with the ANC. You go to the northwest as well, things are seemingly not going well, all about these issues of factions. Yeah. It really seems that the ANC is realizing that there are issues, that are underlying issues that need to be pointed out with regards to the factions that continue to crack and actually play out within the ANC.
All right, Nyanaka Benson, thank you very much for your time. All right, that is our reporter then, I Abongile Dumako, speaking to us there from Luthuli House, where, of course, that briefing on the ANC NEC was taking place this afternoon. In a second short break, we'll